Today we are going to do rate of change, also known as slope, and you can find the rate of change from a table or a graph, a word problem, an equation, or ordered pairs. In the next few days you're going to be able to do it from all of these sources. So let's begin. These are the 5 objectives for today. The video might seem long, but hold on, persevere. So the rate of change is change in y over change in x. And since y is the dependent variable, we're looking for change in the dependent variable over the independent variable, or vertical change over horizontal change. And it's of course also known as rise over run. So let's look at a table. This is in your textbook. You may want to copy the table before we go on. So in the table we have time, which is going up in increments of 1, and the distance that is being covered is increasing. And if you look at it carefully, it is increasing at the same rate every time. So rate is change in distance, which is your y values, over change in time, and it turns out that it's 200 feet in 1 minute. In order to find the rate, you have to make it a unit rate, so it has to be over 1. So 260 over 1 is 260 feet per minute. The next one, we're going to look at some graphs, and when we're looking at graphs, we're looking for the rise over the run. Rise means going up or down, run means going to the right, always. So the steps are, you want to select 2 whole number points and move from the point on the left to the point on the right. You want to do your vertical movement first, followed by your horizontal movement. So I am going to put up 2 graphs. Make sure you copy them. And when we are looking at these graphs, you want to make sure that the intervals are going by ones. So I am looking at A, and this is a whole number point, and on the right is another whole number point, and we're going to move from the left to the right. So it turns out I have to go up 2 units and go over, that's the wrong one, and then I have to go over, I think it needs to be a little bit longer. Where is it? The lines, here we go. I'm gonna go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So we can say up 2 over 5. That means the slope is 2 over 5. And that would be your answer, and you would box it. On the right side, we have 2 whole number points that I have selected. So in order to get from the left to right, you want to go down 2 and then go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So here we can say down 2 over 6. And because down is a negative movement, you're going to say that the slope is negative 2 over 6, which simplifies to the whole fraction being negative 1/3. Remember that the negative truly just belongs to the numerator. The next thing we're going to do is how to find slope from points. I need you to copy down the definition of what is the slope, and then we're going to use it. So let's say we are given a question which says, what is the slope of the line that passes through these 2 given points? Since you're going to be using a formula, you must write the formula, plug in, and then solve. So I like to write my ordered pairs one below the other, and you're going to begin with the formula. And the formula says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It doesn't matter which one you select as your first point and your second point. Just make sure that you're going in the same direction every time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, let me just get the right, yes. So you're going to circle the y values. You want to circle the y value so that you know that is the one that goes on the top. And then you're going to write m is equal to 0 minus negative 2 over negative 1 minus 3, which you're going to simplify, and it becomes negative 1 over 2. So the slope is negative 1 over 2. Let's see if you can do one on your own. Try. Find the slope of the line that passes through 1, 3 and 4, negative 1. Make sure you pause the video and try it. Here goes. I am going to write the two ordered pairs one below the other, and I am going to circle my y values. And now I'm going to start off with the formula, and then it's going to be m equals, it will be 3 minus negative 1 over 1 minus 4, which simplifies to 4 over negative 3, which means that the entire fraction simply becomes negative, and it's negative 4 over 3. Remember to keep the fraction improper. This shows us the rise and the run, and the rise is negative 4, the run is positive 3. The next thing we're going to do is how to find slopes of horizontal and vertical lines. I want you to copy these two graphs and follow along. It says, what is the slope of each line? So two ordered pairs are given to you. You are going to write the two ordered pairs one below the other, start off with the slope formula, do the calculation, and it turns out that the numerator becomes 0. That means the fraction itself is 0, so the slope is 0. And we use the letter m for slope. I want you to note that when a line is horizontal, the y values will be the same, and since the line is going nowhere, the rise is 0. When it's a vertical line, we have two ordered pairs that are given to us. You're going to write down the two ordered pairs, write the formula, plug in the values, and solve. And it turns out that in this case the denominator is 0. That means the slope is undefined. Remember, the slope is not 0, it is undefined. And something to note is that when x values are the same for a vertical line, the run is going to be 0 because you're not moving to the left or the right. Now find the slope, find the point when you're given the slope. This one is a little bit challenging, but I know you can do it. This question says there are two ordered pairs, 2, 4 and x, 8. And the line that joins the two ordered pairs has a slope of negative 2. So what is that ordered pair? So you're going to start off by writing the formula and writing the two ordered pairs one below the other. And then you're going to say, well, let me circle the y values and plug in whatever information I know into the formula. We already know that the slope is negative 2. So it's going to be negative 2 equals 4 minus 8 over 2 minus x. And then you're going to simplify the numerator. So it's negative 2 equals negative 4 over 2 minus x. This is an equation that you're going to solve using cross multiplication. And when you cross multiply and you solve, turns out that x is equal to 0. And the question says, what is the value of x? You say x is equal to 0, and you box it because that is your answer. Goodbye, and I'll see you in class.